So why have I shown you clips of my garden? Why are we in my garden right now? It is because, my friends, you always know best. Here are some beautiful asters that are falling over because they got watered and it rained. But they're so pretty. You know best. So let's go find a seat and I will have a chat. I am in the middle of a sort of rebrand of a change of, or really implementation of a new structure that's like fitting snugly over what I already have. So nothing major changing here, but we're just adding structure to my already built structure. And in this process, I am realizing all of the ways in which I live my multidimensional life. And you saw bits and pieces of my garden and my cat. I think that multidimensional living is a whole, right? Like, I am not a earth being here and learning about, you know, the extrasensory things. I'm a non-physical extrasensory being who happens to be partially in this created physical reality, and I'm here to enjoy this created physical reality. And for me, I really enjoy doing the things that sort of connect me with the earth, but also like show me the magic of linear time and physicality and bodies. Like, I love growing food because you put this tiny little seed in the ground and then you get to eat what it makes. Like, that's amazing. It creates a food, you get to put it in your mouth, and it makes you. And then where do we go? Like, what? That's incredible. And just the beauty of flowers. And there's just so much I love about Earth, and there's so much that I'm interested in. Like, I love quilting and weaving and candle making and all the things. And the reason why I started off this video as like, you are your only authority, like you are right about yourself, is that I have always wanted what I thought was like everything. I want everything in my business. Like, I started off, my first business was a gift shop where I make things and then sell them online. It was amazing. And then I had a candle company where I made candles and I sold them online and in person. And I do, you know what the rest of I do, coaching and intuitive art certification and classes and psychic development and all that stuff. Now, gifts and making things and farming and growing things and psychic development and coaching, that doesn't really seem to go together, but I just knew that they were meant to be, but I didn't know how. And I got a little frustrated with myself from time to time because I received feedback from the world that, like, you don't need to monetize everything. And, you know, like, why are you such a hustler? And like all these things, you know, slow down. Why don't you, you know, stop doing so much? Now, I do believe that I'm the one that creates my reality, and so I take ownership for those comments of my internal doubt perhaps showing up for me. But I always came back to it. I always just kind of thought, like, gosh, this needs to be here somehow. I don't know how. And I felt bad sometimes of like, well, maybe I just need to relax. Maybe I just need to cool it. I don't get it either. Right? But why? What's wrong with me that I feel the desire that this fits somehow? And I definitely felt that from time to time. And I'm not a negative person to myself, usually. And so that's a strange feeling for me. It doesn't feel very good, obviously. So when I finally received that notion of like, oh, this is how I enjoy my multi-dimensional reality. It just happens to be here too. Of course, because I exist on each dimension, I'm going to have life and hobbies on each dimension, which I do. Bringing that into Archelaus as a institute of multidimensional living makes a lot of sense, especially when we're adding structure as in a physical headquarters, because farming is physical, right? Like, I have this vision of having beautiful gardens that people can glamp in and meditate in, and we can have food production, and what people want, they can come and help me, you know, like work in the fields and reap what you sow, and, you know, give food away and provide a lot for the community while also enjoying our own harvests inside and preserving things and doing all the things I love to do. So why did I start this video off with "you are right, you are your authority"? It's because this is it. Like, there was a place for that. There is a reason why I've always gone back to the idea of including like crafting and growing into my business. It's because it's part of it. It's part of it. I really believe that when things keep coming back to you, because it's actually you. It's not just something you absorb from your environment. It's not just your empathic feelings of others. It's actually you returning and coming out to, it's like, hey, here's this idea, and it goes back in. Here's this idea, and it goes back in. On the upswing, when you're able to see it, like, yeah, that's you. It probably feels really good, and then all of a sudden maybe it'll feel bad if you don't know where it goes. Like me, I didn't know where it went. I still continue to do those things, but separately. How do I feel now that I've integrated that? Well, I haven't made it totally public yet. I haven't really done anything about it yet except for this video, but I already feel more stable, more secure, more authoritative, more certain, more of me. I feel more embodied because I've relaxed enough to let more of me in, more of my truth exist. And that is cool. And also, whereas before I was feeling like I was trying to do everything, how dramatic is that? I'm realizing now, like, I'm not trying to do everything. There's lots of things I don't do. I'm just trying to do me, what I want, my contribution to the world. Right? I'm actually not doing tons of things. I just really love that now I feel like, all right, I know what my lane is, and it will probably continue to grow because I'm gonna grow, but I feel settled. It feels great. So if something keeps coming back up for you, it doesn't mean you need to know where to put it. It just means like, oh yes, that's for me. And eventually the how or the why will come. I don't need to know now. All I need to know is that's me. Maybe try to make more peace with it, right? Maybe just try to accept it. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Or try to line up with it even, you know, try to align. I love the feeling of this being me. I know the way will come. I'm so excited to know more about me and what's important to me. I love knowing that I can differentiate my truth from what I've absorbed from the world. That feels really good and empowering to me. So whatever you need to do to like line up with your truth is definitely worth it, because you will feel incredible when that is finally an accepted piece of you and you're no longer going like that. Because that's really what I was doing. I was seeing it come up and it felt amazing. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't have all the answers, so must not be right. But it's right. So that's my video for today. What can you expect from me in the future? You can expect more gardening content. You can expect more how I live here on Earth multidimensionally, and how you can too, because you might not enjoy the physicality like I do. You might not like gardening. You might not like weaving and quilting, but there will be things you love about this place, and I'm happy to help you find them. So until later, bye.